Welcome back to another episode of Rob Sports Center, man. As you can see by the title, man, I'm gonna be checking out that the recruiting class of 2025 coming out of the state of Louisiana. So this video specifically, we have the man, Mr. Devin Harper. Now, Devin Harper went to Captain Shreve, I believe, 3 years. And I think he transferred to Calvary to play his senior season. So I wasn't able to find his Calvary highlights for his senior year, and I'm pretty sure they'll be posted eventually. And I'll probably do another video and just do and kind of give my take on that highlight reel as well. But this is from his junior year. So for those who may not know, you have Devin Harper, who's an Ole Miss commit. He's a 6'4", 305-pound lineman. 24/7 Sports has him ranked as a 4-star recruit with a 94 player rating. So we have a 24/7 Sports scouting analyst, Gabe Brooks. He kind of gave his take on Mr. Devin Harper. And pretty much what he said is that he's a physical, tone-setting offensive lineman who could potentially play inside or outside, which I did see a few plays on this video right here where he was playing inside. He possesses requisite physical tools to fit either role, including arm measurement of 34 inches, convicted down blocker, and block finisher. Now, I will say that's one of the things that did stand out to him from him to me was his ability to finish blocks. You know, I seen that in a lot of plays, whether the ball carrier had passed him or whether, you know, the quarterback had thrown a ball, it's like he didn't stop until the whistle was blown. Now, it wasn't in a manner of, you know, kind of getting hit with unnecessary roughness, but it was pretty much just like finishing the play. You know, I will say he does do a pretty good job at that. He says displays necessary lateral mobility and above average foot quickness, which I did see in a couple of his plays where he dropped back into pass protection. He did look kind of quick on his feet. Hand placement consistency can improve. But when on target, they can pack serious pop. And I will say this, I will agree with that too. I seen a couple plays where he got some pretty good hand placement. And this was from a guy, I think his name is Mr. Justin Long. He's an NFL offensive lineman. I was looking at some videos about him before I filmed this video and just talking about, you know, the importance of hand placement. And he was saying that he think that hand placement is being taught to a lot of the younger guys. He was like, as a left tackle, especially as a tackle, he was like, your hand placement should never be up front and direct, because you're never going to get a straight line at a guy because they're going to be lined up on the outside. So he was like, so your hand placement, once they hit their bicep and then the inner part of their chest. And I did see on a couple of those plays where he did get the proper hand placement. And I seen one play specifically where a guy was trying to hit his hand down and he couldn't budge it. And that's the same thing that the offensive lineman that's in the league was saying, that if you get that proper hand placement, man, he don't care how hard they hit, they're not going to be able to take your hand down. He's strength and power oriented blocker who's still honing his technical craft, whether in footwork or bending consistency. Body control and balance improved from sophomore to junior year. And I'm pretty sure it improved from his junior year to senior year as well, which is encouraging considering added mass. Logged limited discus reps as a sophomore, power 4 caliber offensive lineman prospect who could provide roster value and versatility. Projects as a possible multi-year high major starter who could develop into a legitimate NFL draft candidate. And that's saying a lot. But like I said, I do believe that he has some areas, obviously, that he could, tighten up on. And, I'm pretty sure going to Ole Miss and getting with their coaching staff, they're going to help him, maximize on his potential and what he can do. His high school athletic background, he also competes in discus. Now, I don't know if that still is, but it's showing posted sophomore discus throws of 113-3 and 106-8 in spring 2023. If it's any track watchers that's watching this, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this right. I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to track, and especially like with anything else outside of like, the 100, 200, 400 and stuff like that. So I had kind of put my own little notes on there. And like I said, even before I looked at Gabe Brooks, scouting analyst, about him, I had already said that, one thing I did like about him was that he finishes a lot of his blocks. And I will say throughout this highlight compilation that I was able to see on a lot of plays, like I said, whether the ball carrier had passed him, whether the quarterback had already threw the ball, he would still finish his blocks from the start to the finish. I will say, too, I kind of like, I would say that I was a little bit more impressed with his effectiveness in run blocking than pass blocking. I think that for one, I didn't get a chance to really just see too much. I think that obviously with Captain Shreve, they was doing a lot of running. So, I didn't really get a chance to see him and pass protection as much as I would have liked it to. One thing that I will say I would like to see in the future, maybe with him in terms of the running, is being able to kind of work his way on up to the next level, to be able to kind of chip, take the DN out of the play, and then kind of try to get to the next level and get the linebacker to create, more running lanes for your running back, and depending on the offense system you in, for your quarterback as well. Physical. Yeah, he looks like a physical guy as well, too. That's something that stood out to me. It's like every play, obviously when you're in the trenches from an offensive lineman and defensive lineman aspect, you're going to be banging all game. But it seems to me that he welcomes it. You know what I mean? And I will say something else, too. It's like whenever I'm doing these reviews and these analysts or whatever the case may be, evaluations, I always look at level of competition. So by him being with Captain Shreve, obviously we know that's 5A, Captain Shreve, in their area, you got Airline, Parkway, Bird, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not like he's not going up against legitimate competition. I will say, though, from what I've seen, my only things is that, some of the guys I seen that he was matched up on, granted, he can't help who he got to play. I mean, they didn't really look like, too big of threats on the outside. So it's like, my thing is, okay, has he really been challenged yet? And that's the biggest question. But I'm looking at, the fundamentals, like I said, footwork. He does have pretty quick feet. Hand placement is pretty good. I think that, just honing his craft, he would get more and more efficient with it. Like I said, I did see some plays where he lined up in the inside, opposed to being on the outside. And I mean, I like what I seen. He was able to get a push and, create running lanes for his running back or for his quarterback. So, like I said, man, obviously there's always room to improve. But based off of that, you're looking at the size, 6'4", 305 pounds, that's already pretty good size. So, I feel like his upside, if he can stay on the right path and he get to Ole Miss and they have a, good offensive line coach or good offensive coordinator that can develop him, and he just kind of keep working on his craft, I do think that, possibly he could be a possible NFL draft candidate in the future. Let me know what you guys think about that, though, man. If it was something that I missed, make sure you comment that down below. If it was something that you even agree on, make sure you comment that down below. So like I said, man, I plan on doing all of the guys, the top Louisiana guys from the 2025 class. As you can see, I done Devin Harper, I done JT, I done Harlem Berry. I done Aiden Anding, so now I'm just working my way on down. I know I kind of went out of order, but, eventually I'm going to have it all put together. So, man, if you enjoy that type of content, or if you just love ball, period, man, you're on the right channel. Man, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell. Also, man, if you did enjoy this video or any other video that you watch, man, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.